In Formula One, every second counts, but some moments become bigger than just a race. Italy's legendary Monza circuit was covered in a sea of red Ferrari flags. The deafening roar of the engines, the electrifying support of the tifosi, and the adrenaline of the race had transformed the atmosphere. Ferrari's pride, Carlos Sainz, had delivered an incredible qualifying performance that weekend, securing P2 on the grid. As the lights went out, Sainz had a perfect start, battling the Red Bull for the lead. But his rivals weren't going to back down easily. With each passing lap, strategies were unfolding, pit stops were being calculated, and the battle at the front was intensifying. Yet, no one could have predicted what would happen on lap 28. On lap 28, a shocking incident unfolded at the Lesmo 2 corner. McLaren driver Joshua Pierce lost control of his car at high speed. The car spun violently and crashed into the barriers. Immediately, yellow flags were waved, and the safety car was deployed. But the real concern was that Pierce's car had come to a stop in the middle of the track, and he wasn't moving. The crowd held their breath. Marshals rushed toward the wreckage, while drivers on the radio asked for updates. But Carlos Sainz noticed something no one else did. As Sainz approached the corner, he saw smoke rising from Pierce's car. His voice crackled over the radio. "Do we have any update on Joshua? Is he moving?" "No response yet. Stand by, marshals are arriving." But Sainz didn't wait. Normally, drivers are not allowed to leave their cars in such situations. But without hesitation, Sainz pulled over to the side, unclipped his belts, and ran straight toward the crash site. His team frantically called out, "Carlos, don't. The marshals will handle it." But he was already in the middle of the track. When Sainz reached Pierce's car, he saw that the driver was conscious but struggling. The door was jammed. Pierce was trying to push it open, but couldn't. Sainz quickly moved to the side of the cockpit and pulled at the door with all his strength, but it wouldn't budge. One of the marshals shouted, "There's smoke coming from the engine. We need to move fast." Sainz ignored the danger, tightened his grip, and with a final effort, yanked the door open. He reached in, unfastened Pierce's harness, and lifted him out of the car, carrying him to safety. Just as they moved away, small flames appeared in the rear of the car. If they had been just a few seconds late, the entire car could have caught fire. In the grandstands, thousands of fans had gone completely silent, watching every second unfold. Then, as Pierce was safely moved away, a thunderous ovation erupted. In the Ferrari garage, there was a moment of silence before someone finally spoke. "Carlos, you're a hero." Even the Ferrari team principal struggled to find words. It was unheard of for a driver to abandon his own race to save a competitor's life. After 45 minutes of red flag delay, Pierce was taken to the hospital for precautionary checks, but he was unharmed. Ferrari's management advised Sainz to withdraw from the race for his safety, but Carlos Sainz refused. He climbed back into his car and restarted the race. When the race resumed, Sainz delivered an incredible performance. But despite his efforts, he finished just outside the podium in 4. Still, that day, there was only one winner, Carlos Sainz. Because that day, he had saved a life. And that was the greatest victory of all. After the race, Sainz was asked why he made such a decision. His answer was simple. Some races you win, some you lose. But today, only one thing mattered: seeing my fellow drivers safe. That night, Carlos Sainz's act of bravery spread across the world. Sainz is not just a driver, he's a true hero. One of the bravest moments in Formula One history. Sometimes, the greatest victory is far beyond the finish line. Even as Monza's lights dimmed, Carlos Sainz's sacrifice would be remembered forever. If this inspiring story moved you, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible moments.